Hello everybody and welcome back to our color along in Mythographic Voyage by Joseph Kattenbang. I went ahead and finished all of the leaves in the green color. I decided against the fall ones, and then we are going to do this as a tree branch. Several of you have said it would look better and it would break up all the green leaves. To have that brown there, so that's what we're going to do. But first we're going to do all the vines in the same colors as we did the leaves, which is the chrome oxide green 278, permanent green olive 167, and May green 170. And yeah, so I'm going to zoom you in on one of these vines and we will do some of it with you, and then I will get through the rest. All right, so I'm going to take our darkest color, chrome oxide green 278. I don't know if I said 276 before. If I did, I apologize. I probably wrote it out correctly. Sorry. And again, basically it's going to be kind of like the leaves. You just use the darker color for the shaded bits that Joseph, the illustrator, gave us. And just kind of emphasize those, I suppose, is the word. I'm not sure. Like so. Hope you all are having a good day. Thank you for putting up with me and all of the videos when I was supposed to only do one. Oh my. Okay. All right, and then I'm taking our middle color, the permanent green olive 167, and I'm just gonna go around the outside of the part that I just did with the darker colors. Basically filling in a lot of it with this middle tone, but there will be some highlighted spots that will just make it pop a little more, I guess, if you understand what I'm saying. Like this. And then we're going to go in and around with the lightest gray, which is the lightest green, which is the May green 170. And I'm just going to fill in the gaps with this light green, greenish yellow color, really. And I might go around the bottom of this where it connects to the pumpkin with the darker color a little more. I'll probably go through all of that actually with the darker color more. Kind of go over everything again, you know? Layers. All the layers. Layers always make it look better. Always make it look better. Okay, so let's go over everything again. More of a contrast. And I am going to go around the bottom edge here with my darkest green, the chrome oxide. Just a little more. Darkening up this bottom area here. There we go. Just making those shadows darker so it gives it more depth. And go in a little bit with the middle tone, the permanent green olive. And then one more time with the May green, the lightest green we have, just over those light areas. And even you can even go over everything to mix it, to make it blend a little more, if you wanted to. Like that. All right. So that is how we are going to do the rest of the vines. In the smaller sections, what I'll end up doing, I'll show you right here, is using the darkest green and kind of going on the one side. There's some lines. I don't know if you can catch those very well on video. Just the one side of the little thing, and then I am gonna just use the middle tone, the permanent green olive, and fill it in there. Not using the light tone at all. Whoops, and I'm gonna erase that. Take out my handy dandy electric eraser that I need most days when I'm coloring. All right, so that's how I'm gonna do the rest of the vines. So we will be right back. Okay, I am going to go off camera after we film and finish the vines, but I did a big chunk of this one and this one here. I know you can't see all of that because I'm still zoomed in, but we're gonna work on this tree branch here, and we're gonna be using, again, polychromos. I have 3 colors here. I have Burnt Umber 280, Bistor 179, and then Brown Ochre 182. All right, and now I'm going to take our darkest color, and again, you get tired of me saying this, but we're going to use Joseph's lines and just go in with our darkest color and color in those shaded areas. Follow the lines on the tree branch, and this creates our depth and our dimension that we want, so that the tree doesn't appear flat as a board, that it's gnarled and divoted and, you know, all the things a real tree should be. Okay, sorry I had to turn the page a little bit. We are going to go in with our middle tone or color, Bister, B-I-S-T-E-R. I don't, Bistry, I don't know. 179. And I'm going to go around the dark lines that I just created in a circular motion to start to blend. And we're going to leave some areas lighter and white for the highlights to go into. Places where I think a little bit of light might be shining. Take our lightest brown, which is the brown ochre 182, and I'm going to fill in the gaps, kind of blend things together. I'll probably go back over with the dark and the middle tone as well, just to deepen things up after all of the white goes away, and then we'll see what we have. Well, there is our first layer, and I'm just going to go through real quick and kind of deepen up the middle and deeper, the darkest and middle tones. Thank you. Jeez. a little bit blotchy on camera, but it doesn't in real life. I'm not quite sure why that comes out that way, if you guys can see that. But I'm probably going to end up going over it with another layer just to make it look a little bit better. But I will do that a little bit later. I got some on her finger. Fingers. Sorry if that annoys you, the motor of this little thing. Okay. So there's that for sure. Like I said, I'm going to go over this again just to kind of even things out a little bit more and do some extra blending. And then I'll finish the vines as well. We will go ahead and move on. Let's try another medium. I am going to use let's see, for the background, we're going to go ahead and use some Neocolor 2s. And we will be using, here, let me zoom out. Hold on a second. All right, we will be using the light blue, maybe, the blue, and the Persian blue for the darkest. And I am not very versed in these. Actually, I've only done technically one other background with these, so this might just be a flop and ruin our page, but I'm hopeful. So what I'm planning on doing is going around the edges in the dark blue, then in the mid-tone, blending that in to a little bit more so that the center is lighter, for the focus being on her book, her cat, all of that. And then because the background's going to be lighter, I can focus the light source and try to do something with the light, which I'm also not very versed in yet. So anyways, I'm going to start with the darkest, which is the Persian blue. And well, actually, wait, before I start, I'm going to show you this as well. This is what I'm going to be using for my, I need to put water in this, for my water brush. It's the Caran d'Ache version. Now, they do sell cheaper ones on Amazon. I bought some of those before, and I'm so sorry, I don't remember the brand, but they leaked. And you couldn't really control how much water came out. It was just very hard. So with these, they have a better tip on them. And that's a stain. This is a clean brush. They have a better tip, and the bristles are a lot better. More bristles, I guess. I don't know. And the water, it's very easy to fill. And the water, you actually just push these two buttons together. I hope this is not coming out so you guys can see it. You push these buttons together, and it allows the water down to control just how much water comes out at any given time. And it's very even and very good. So this is what I'll be using with those. And just give me 1 second. And I'm going to put some more water in this brush. All right, I am back. Take my cap off. I also suggest that it's a good idea to have a little rag ready to go to wipe off the colors so that you don't smear them like you don't want, where you don't want to. So I'm going to have that, and you'll see my hand go over here and wipe off and stuff. So, okay. So let's start. I'm actually going to put this away for a second. And we're going to start again with our Persian blue. And I am going to start in the corners. I'm a little nervous about this, you guys. Oh, I guess I should, I'll zoom in a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to take my crayon and just in very light circles, like I'm not pushing hardly at all on the paper. I'm putting the pigment down where I want it to be. Here. And a little bit here. A lot of it here. Okay. And then what happens is we're going to go over this once with our water brush. And then I'll go in and I'll show you what I'll do with the crayon and the water brush and darken up the spots that are too light or that don't look quite as blended or good. And that should be all we need to do to make it nice and bright and pigmented. Okay. Sorry, you can hear my chair keep squeaking because I'm trying to turn around and look at the monitor to see if you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Remember, light pressure. You put too much pigment down and it's going to be hard to make it dissolve and to get the quality of blend that you want. So you just start lighter and you can always add more, you know? That's the key there. Is you can always add more, but it's really hard to take it away because they are water soluble, which means you can make it lighter and keep blending it, but then you run the chance of your paper not being able to handle it and those kinds of things. So you always start out lighter. And that might take a little more time, but it's a good idea in the end, you know? Eraser poop on the page here. God, can you guys see where I'm coloring? Okay, good. I can't zoom in very much or I'm going to have the page spinning around and you guys are not going to think that's fun. So, okay. You guys can't see over here. There we go. There we go. All right. And if you're worried, oh my goodness, there is part of the pumpkin here in the smoke that I did not color. So I need to avoid that and correct that. Okay, so let's see. I need to try to do this in the same. Okay, so that is that for the first layer. So we're going to take our Caran d'Ache water brush, and I already have glue all over me. Make sure I don't get that on the page. Got that on me from the pen, the crayon. Okay. All right. Let me zoom you into the bottom half of the page. All right. Set this aside. Make sure you don't have too much water going on. And then obviously with the paper behind it, I'm just going to start in tiny, tiny motions. Tiny little circles actually, sort of. Just moving this pigment around. Ooh, this paper doesn't really like this too much. I don't know if you can see the dots. Okay, well, we might have just ruined our page, y'all. We'll see. We'll see how it goes when it dries. And I can go through and now, if you are seasoned in the Neocolor 2 world and you've noticed something major that would help me or that I'm doing wrong, please let me know, because I am all for learning as well, you know. Okay, we're only going to do the bottom half right now, and I am going to let it dry a little bit and then come back and try to spot fill and make it look better and see how that goes. So we can maybe put more pigment on the top if we need to before we go over it with the water brush. I see there's some harsh lines and stuff, so I'm just gonna have to go over that with some more pigment. Pretty sure that's just what we're gonna have to do. All right, so that's the bottom half. We're definitely going to have to do what I told you we were going to do here, which is take our Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2 crayon, the Persian blue, and just paint on there a little bit, and it comes off onto the brush like so. And then you just use it, oh, in just one moment. Okay, I am back, and we are going to go ahead and do that second layer now. It's all dry. And if anybody wonders, and I don't know if this is going to be in all mythographics, but you need to be kind of careful with water-based stuff because the paper doesn't really like, I don't know, it's okay, but I thought it would be better. It's okay, but all right, so I'm going to go ahead and try to do a second layer here on this dry thing that we did here. And like I said before, I don't know if you saw what I just did. You just take your water brush and put the pigment right there on the tip of the brush. As your second layer, you're just, oh yeah, see, there we go. There we go. That's much better. Much, much better. I wanted it to be that dark, dark, dark blue. Okay, good, you can see. Currently, my monitor is behind me on my computer while I'm doing this. So when you see me like disappear or my arms go away for a second, I'm spinning around in my chair to look at to make sure you guys can see. Eventually, my plan is to get a monitor on my stand that I have on the table that I'm using right now. And oh, easy on the water there, brush. What am I saying? So that I can just look up and straight forward and continue on instead of interrupting our, you know, our little conversation and coloring. Like, okay, how am I doing this? I'm trying not, I don't want to color my pumpkin. Oh, goodness. There we go. All right, so now that I know this works, it's drying. It's still a little bit lighter than, well, it's fine. I'm happy with it being that color. So I'm gonna go off and get the rest of what I already went over with you done. I did go ahead and do the rest of it in one coat, and I'm just gonna do it the second coat. And then I'll be back to do the next color with you and mesh things and all that jazz. Okay, I know you guys are still zoomed in, but I've gone over the whole of it again, and I'm happier, much happier with the darker color. And now, God, that took me forever. I have literally been filming for over 2 hours, just doing those little things with you guys, with the vines, the tree, and that. I don't think we're going to finish it today, or I'm not going to get anything else done that I was supposed to get done today. So I will do a few more. Let's try to get this background done, and then we will finish everything tomorrow for sure. Okay, so next color is the blue. Neocolor 2 blue, and I'm getting this all over this is a very messy art supply. I'm just saying right now. Okay, and I moved everything around here. I'm gonna do the bottom half here. And just like before, I'm gonna start with coloring. I will probably put a little more pigment down, not a ton more, but a little bit more, based on how everything laid out with the first one. So we're just gonna kind of start. Okay. Now we are gonna go in with the water brush. Oh, oh no, I have enough water. Okay. And do that first layer, and it's gonna look a lot lighter than we want it to, I'm sure. But let's see how it goes, huh? Okay, and I'm just kind of going back and forth by the edge of the other color. Now, it might look like it's not gonna mesh, especially without the second coat, but I think I can get it to do what I want it to here. With the second coat especially. Once everything dries and is deep pigmented, it'll look fantastical, right? At least that's the hope and plan. So you can still kind of see the line there, and again, I think I can mesh that together better. After the initial coat gets put down. And I'm going to go around and do this whole thing. And then well, you guys already know I'm going to do the coat. Well, no, I'll do the first little bit of the second coat with you to see if we can hopefully do what I say we're going to do, which is blend these spots together. This one kind of did better. All right, I will see you in a few minutes. Okay, y'all, that's the first coat, and I know it doesn't look blended at all, but I know it moved around even when I was doing it lightly, so I know I'm going to be able to, I should be able to do this with no problem. So, without further ado, let me grab the blue, which is our middle color, and we're going to just get some of the color from the tip of the crayon onto our brush. Whoop! And I zoomed you out. I think you guys will be able to see, no problem. Okay, let's see, where's a good spot to show you? I think the most drastic is over here in this corner. So let me see if we can do this here. Just gonna do a circular motion, go overlapping that area like so, trying not to color the things that haven't been colored yet and the things that have. And we're just gonna push that pigment into the paper and smoosh everything together. Like so. Okay, well, it doesn't look quite as good on screen as it does in real life, but as I go, you will see as it dries that it will look a lot better. Anyways, I will do the double coat and I will be back. Okay, and I want it to look a little bit watercolory. That's fine. I might do some speckles in it, like stars, to kind of take away from the blotches. But we're going to go ahead and do the lighter color in the center the same exact way. I'm just going to do that and come back. Again, so we're going to take the light blue, fill in the white areas, and go over it a second time to make it more pigmented, and I will be right back. Okay, you guys, there is the initial. I say initial because I am going to go ahead and let this completely dry. And then I'm going to go in again and touch up spots and reblend certain spots that I don't like. It's going to look just fine when everything is said and done. It's going to be fine. Oh, I got a message on my watch. I don't have a lot of experience, remember, with the Neo Color 2s. So I'm still going to be happy with it, I think, at the end. What I'm going to do is finish off the vines and let this dry. And we are going to come back tomorrow and finish doing the flowers and the girl and the book and the satchel and the kitty and the smoke in the pumpkins. And this picture will be done. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for future content and whatever else I have in the future going on. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for coming by. I'll see you in the next one.